Hey guys, how's it going? I'm obviously not in today, but I wanted to leave a recorded lesson for you guys so we don't fall behind. Today you are going to be watching a video of me demonstrating the lesson. You're going to take notes as you follow along with me. I'll let you know when to pause the video so you can write stuff down. When you are done watching this video, you're going to work on the classwork that I've assigned to you on Edulastic. It's worth 14 points, so make sure you get it done on time. You're going to have the entire period to get that done. Excuse me. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start off with X and Y intercepts. So that's the lesson for today. Don't have a warm up. You are going to take some notes with me, and then I'm going to do some problems. You're going to try some problems, and then whatever you don't finish is homework. All right, so by the end of the period, you're hopefully going to be able to graph linear equations in standard form by calculating X and Y intercepts. All right, so here's the first page of notes. So X and Y intercepts, what is an intercept? So I have those down at the bottom for you. I color coded for you. So an x-intercept is the point at which the graph crosses the x-axis. So here is the x-axis, the graph crosses here, so this is an x-intercept, okay? Notice that your x-intercept can be rewritten as a coordinate. So my x-coordinate is -3, my y-coordinate is 0. I could do the same thing for my y. So my y-intercept is the point at which the graph crosses the y-axis, and the x-coordinate is 0. So here is my y-intercept, and then the coordinates for that are 0, +4. Notice that for my x-intercept, my y, oops, I'm erasing stuff. My y is equal to 0. And notice that for my y-intercept, my x is equal to 0. Okay, we're going to use that logic on the next page. So go ahead and pause this video and write this down. All right, so let's go ahead and continue on to the next page. So here we have x and y intercepts. How can you find the intercepts from an equation? So we just saw a graph. If you have an equation, you can actually calculate them. So let's start off with the x-intercept. I'm going to rewrite my equation of 2x minus 5y is equal to 20. We just spoke earlier and said that when you have an x-intercept, it just so happens that that happens whenever y is equal to 0. So I can actually use that to my advantage and substitute. So I'm going to substitute y equals 0 if I'm finding an x-intercept. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to rewrite my equation, but instead of a y, I'm going to replace that with a 0. So I'm going to have 2x minus 5 times 0 is equal to 20. All right, I'm going to go ahead and simplify. So this -5 times 0 is gone. I'm left with 2x is equal to 20. Solve for x, so I'm going to divide both sides by 2, and I get x is equal to 10. Here I actually have a coordinate. So here's my x coordinate, here's my y coordinate. My x-intercept is 10, 0. So again, write your answer as a coordinate. All right, I'm going to do the same thing for my y-intercept. So again, same logic. My y-intercept, go ahead and rewrite your equation down. 2x minus 5y is equal to 20. For our y-intercept, going back to the first page, we know that whenever we're seeing a y-intercept, our x is 0. So let's go ahead and substitute that in. So this time I'm going to substitute x equals 0 in here. So I'm going to replace x with 0. I'm left with 2 times 0 minus 5y equals 20. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to simplify. 2 times 0 is gone. Bring down -5y is equal to 20. And I'm going to divide both sides by -5. So I'm left with y is equal to -4. Again, write your answer as a coordinate. I have an x coordinate and I have a y coordinate. So my answer is 0 because that's my x coordinate and my y is -4. Remember that all of these are written in x comma y. Okay, and it makes sense. So for my x coordinate, I have 10, 0. My y coordinate, I have 0, -4. So those are my intercepts. Go ahead and pause this page and write this down. All right, you guys, let's continue on to another example. So here it says, how can we use the intercepts to graph an equation? So for this one, it says find the x and y-intercept for the graph of x plus 2y is equal to 4. By the way, notice how all of these are not in slope-intercept form. They're actually written in standard form. So the x and the y are on the left-hand side. So what I'm going to do is start off by solving. Remember that for an x-intercept, your y is equal to 0. And then for a y-intercept, your x is equal to 0. It's kind of backwards. So let's go ahead and start solving. Rewrite your equation, x plus 2y equals 4. I'm going to start off here. Substitute that y equals 0 in. So I have x plus 2 times 0 equals 4. 2 times 0 is gone, so I'm left with x equals 4, and that was pretty easy. Write your answer as a coordinate. So it's your x comma y. Here's my x, here's my y. So my answer is 4 comma 0. Let's do the same thing with the other side for my y-intercept. So for my y-intercept, you set x equal to 0, use the same equation. X plus 2y equals 4. I'm replacing my x with 0 this time. So I have 0 plus 2y is equal to 4. This 0 is gone, and I'm left with 2y is equal to 4. I'm isolating my variable, so divide both sides by 2, and I'm left with y is equal to 2. Again, I have an x and a y coordinate, so my solution is 0, 2. All right, I have both of my coordinates. So now it's asking me to graph. So I'm going to go ahead and graph that line using x and y intercepts. So it's super easy. What I'm going to do is plot my x-intercept first. You could start off with your y if you would like. My x-intercept is at 4, 0. So I'm going to go on my x-axis to 4. So 4, 0 is right here. Put your coordinate down. Do the same thing with your y-intercept. So my y-intercept is at positive 2. So on my y-axis, I'm going to go up to 2. Oops, I'm like turning the page. Go up to 2, put your point there. Remember, you only need 2 points to make a straight line. So grab your ruler and connect them together. Add arrows on both ends. And you are done. So you used your x and your y-intercept to graph a line. So here's another way that you can graph a line by calculating x and y-intercepts. So go ahead and pause this page, copy this down. All right, you guys, let's move on. This is our last, just kidding. This is one of our last pages. So here I'm saying find the x and y intercepts and graph the line. Your intercepts must be written as a coordinate. So go ahead and calculate first. So I'm going to calculate my x-intercept. So I'm going to make sure I set y equal to 0. And then I'm going to substitute into my equation. So I'm going to have 4x plus 5y is equal to 20. I know y is equal to 0, so I'm going to plug in there. So I'm going to have 4x plus 5 times 0 is equal to 20. All right, anything with a 0 is gone. I'm left with 4x equals 20. I'm solving for x, divide both sides by 4, and I get x equals 5. I have an x and I have a y. So I need to rewrite my answer as a coordinate. My x is 5, my y is 0. That's one of my answers. Do the exact same thing for your y-intercept. So for my y-intercept, this time I'm going to set x equal to 0, rewrite my equation, 4x plus 5y equals 20. All right, so let me go ahead and highlight for you guys, plugging a 0 in there. 4 times 0 plus 5y is equal to 20. 4 times 0 is gone. I'm left with 5y equals 20. Divide both sides by 5. And I'm left with y equals 4. Again, you have an x, you have an x and a y-intercept, or I'm sorry, an x and a y coordinate. So you want to put your answer as a coordinate, 0, 4. All right, now that we have our x and y-intercept, I'm going to go ahead and plot those in order to create my graph for my line. So I'm going to start off with my x-intercept. My x-intercept is at 5, 0. So on my x-axis, I'm going to go to 5, which is over here. On my y-axis, I want to go to 4 because my coordinate is 4, 0. Connect it with a straight edge. And there's the graph for my line. Just add your arrows at the end. All right, let's go ahead and try the next example on the right. So I have 2x plus y is equal to 2. I want to find my x and y intercepts to graph, so I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to start off with my x-intercept first. I'm going to have 2x plus y is equal to 2. So remember, for an x-intercept, you set y equal to 0. So I'm going to have a 0 substituted in my y. So I'm left with 2x plus 0 is equal to 2. 0 is gone. I'm left with 2x equals 2. Divide 2 to both sides, and I have x equals 1. So my coordinate for this one is 1, 0. And again, I grabbed that from my x and my y. All right, I don't have space. Let me see if I can squeeze it down here. So my y-intercept, set x equal to 0. So I have 2x plus y equals 2. And I'm going to go ahead and plug in. So 2 times 0 plus y equals 2. 2 times 0 is gone. And I'm actually just left with y equals 2. So my answer for this one is 0, 2, which is my y-intercept. So let me highlight this. X is 0, y is 2. So that means 0, 2 is my coordinate. Let me go ahead and plot those. So for my x, I have 1, 0. For my y, I have 0, 2. Connect those with a straight edge. Let me not do that in green. There we go. Okay, so those are both examples done. I'll draw a line through here so it's easy to see both examples. Go ahead and pause this page and copy this down into your notes. All right, you guys, I have some more examples on here. If you would like to try these, I'll post the answers on Google Classroom in case you're curious to see if you did this correctly. And then you do have classwork for today. So your classwork is on Edulastic. So I want you to log in and complete it. You have a total of 5 items on there. You are going to be asked to graph. You are going to be asked to calculate x and y intercepts. You have all period to work on this, so please get this done. It is not due till Sunday at midnight, but use your class time wisely. You do have 3 chances to resubmit, okay? So you have a total of 3 opportunities to submit to get full credit, and then anything that you don't finish is homework. So again, just to recap a little bit, you have x and y intercepts that you're solving for. If you're solving for an x-intercept, you want to set y equal to 0. If you're solving for a y-intercept, you set x equal to 0, and then you solve. For your x-intercepts, they're always going to be in this format. It's going to be your x-intercept, 0. For your y-intercept, it's always going to be 0, your y. So they're always going to be in this format. You're going to use those to put them onto your graph and then connect with a straight edge. If you guys have any questions, just send me an email or a reminder and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. All right, you guys, bye.